Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and today I want to show you this cute little traveler's notebook that I made. And it is inspired by Chrissy Designed, if you can see that. And I will put the link down below, and she is the one that gave me this inspiration to come up with this. And go check her out. It's great. Hers is beautiful. It comes out really beautiful. So go check her out. And if you could, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. All right, so let's get started here. So here, I'll just do a little quick, show you what I did here. So this is just the seam binding that I tied it together. And then this is the cover. It was so much fun. Like, we're gonna do a layered cover today. That's why I have all my pretties out, hanging around. And hopefully we'll get to that today, but this might be a two-part video, but we will see. So what I have here is just a fun journaling card that comes out like this. I just put some lace on it. Did a little bit of sewing all around. And this just slides right back in here. So that's the inside of it. And it's made with a cereal box or a bag. I don't even think I said that one. But yes, I did it with a cereal bag and a mailer. So that's what we're going to be doing it with today. And I forgot to say that. So that is the main focal point, is that you got your cereal bag and just a mailer is what I made it out of. I just did a mailer for the base part. So yeah, so that's the main things for the structure that we'll be making it with. So this is a cereal bag right here. And I just reinforced it on the inside here and did some ties with some eyelets. And I love, love, love the traveler's notebook that you could take the signatures out. And then I just went ahead and made sure I just did a little a 3, pamphlet stitch here, just to keep these together. But they both come out. Right in the middle here. They come out like that. So then you could just, after you're done writing and doing everything you want, you can put this away, in a special spot, or do whatever you want to do with them, and then have your little thoughts somewhere else in a little place. And then you could just refill this. Just add some more signatures in and you're ready to go. So yeah, so I think that is so much fun. So I'll show you guys how to get that all in there and do that. But like I said, this might be a two-part video happening just to get through everything. But that's okay. There we go. And then it just slides right in there. So then you got all your signatures. Okay, and then another journaling card. Just like that. And it just slips in and out. And this is a little bit bigger than your normal traveler's notebook. It's, let's see here. By the time it's all said and done, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5 tall by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. So usually I think a traveler's notebook is about 8 tall by 4 wide, but this is just the way the mailer was, and I just kind of kept it to the same size, and then the papers fit in there perfect. So I really like it. I think, it's a little bigger, but it just gives you more journaling space. That's how I see it. Okay, and then here's the back of it, where I just stuck in just another little page, just to kind of have the back here. And then I could just, I could put some more paper on the back to do a journaling spot if I want to. So I was going to put this one in my Etsy shop, but I love it so much. I think I'm going to keep this one myself. I know, I usually don't do that, but I really like this one. I think it just turned out so cool. And it's just got a cool crinkly sound. So I'm hoping the one I'm making today and, for the next couple videos, I'll put that one in my Etsy shop. If in case, and maybe I like it. You never know. Okay. So, and then the beads, I put little beads just to kind of hold the pressure on the back here for the signatures for the elastic part right here. And then I'll show you guys how to do all that. And okay, so let's get started on it here. So first off, what I did is you're gonna want to take, I have like a roll of the burlap. I always forget the name of it. I don't know why. The burlap, I have like a whole roll of it. And I didn't want the darker color. And this is Chrissy did this in her video, which I thought was a great idea. So she lightened it up with gesso. So just take your gesso. And what I did, I tried to do the gesso with no water, no dilution or diluting it or anything. And it just kind of stuck in one spot because it really wanted to soak in, you know, like to one area. So I put it in a container. I just kind of squirted some in a container and then added some water and just made it runny, pretty runny, and then just ran a paintbrush over it. And then it kind of whitewashed it like that. So that's my trick on how I did it, is just kind of water it down and then paintbrush it on. And it seemed to work. So it lightened up. Okay, so do that and get that drying if you want to do that. Okay, and then this, I kind of ripped off the address and stuff, and it was starting to put a hole in it, so I just gonna glue this part down because this isn't gonna show. This part won't show. So let's just go ahead and glue this down. So yeah, this is just one of those, just the mailers that you can get, just a paper mailer. It's just got a cool sound to it. I love it. Okay. And we're gonna have to take our cereal bag and size everything up. Let's see, I might have to move my pretty papers out of the way here, just to get stuff out of the way. And then I'm just going to go ahead and untrim the edge of the bag here. And then just trim the end of it. Whoops. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. So let's just kind of follow the line here. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed some parts up. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim the bag to size and then trim the top of this to the size. So I'm just going to size all these up. Okay, so I got it all cut down to size here. Well, let's see. Here's the moment of truth. So I got the bag. I just kind of pretty much just slit just the ends here just to open it all up, and I kept it as big as I could because we can always cut it back down. So I'm just going to slide it, and I want it to be a snug fit. So there we go. Yeah. I like that. It gives it just a snug fit in there. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is on this one, because the bag, it seems a little bigger. Well, I can always cut the sides here, because what I did on this one is, and you guys don't have to do the sewing. There's no sewing, you know, you don't have to sew if you don't want to. But I like to. I like the look of it. I think it looks good. But what I did is I took the bag and I folded it inside. You could see I just did a fold where I folded it inside, and then I just did a sewing zigzag like that. So we can do that on this one, which I kind of want to. So what I'm thinking is how much wiggle room we have here, because you could take it, and all I did was roll it inward like this. Yeah, move that back. And then just roll them in and then kind of pull. and then it'll fold. And like I said, you don't have to do this part. I just like the look of the zigzag sewn around the edges here. So, and I'm barely just folding it in just so we have room, so I don't have to cut the envelope here. I'm just putting my finger and pushing the sides like that, and then pulling. And then it'll naturally kind of just roll in. Where I want it. And I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine. And I can bring you guys over to show you this part. And I'll meet you over there. Okay, so over here at the sewing machine, I'm just going to take my little compartment part of it and just take it off. I'm just going to slide it off. Most people, I mean, you should be able to. On every sewing machine has like a part where you put your all your fun little bobbins and extra needles and all that stuff. Just slide that off your machine. So move it somewhere out of your way. Okay? So then you're stuck with this smaller part. So you take your bag and you slide it, open mouth, like open it up and slide it around. As you can see, I'm just putting it around the whole base of it. Because you don't want to sew the bag shut. You want to just take it and just, you're going to do part of the bag all the way around. And this is, you know, like I said, there definitely is no sew option. But I just wanted to show you guys something a little different that you could try. And we're just going to, I want to start with the seam in the back here. So just make sure you're just putting it around. And then you could start, and we're going to do a zigzag, or you can do a straight stitch. And I'm just going to take it and sew all the way around it. So I'm going to start and then do a back stitch. And then just make sure it's folded the whole time. Like get your fingers underneath here and just kind of press that fold, because you don't want it to come unfolded. And then you just slowly work your way around. Like that. I mean, it just keeps spinning around. Okay, so just keep doing that and work your way all around to the other seam part. You can see, we just went around and just did the sewing all the way around it. And then kept the bag open. So you didn't sew it together, you just sewed all around the edges on both sides. Okay? Now, let's see, I keep referring to this one because I want the seam on the outside like that. Okay, so we'll keep it like this, and then I don't want this showing, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just fold this in half. This is just a great way to recycle some of the stuff that you have already laying around the house, and they both have just a crinkly, cool sound to it, and it just makes it fun. So I'm gonna leave this on the inside, and then let's slide it in. And like I said, you don't have to sew. You could do this whole thing without the sewing, and it'll turn out beautifully. I just add a little bit of sewing to it because it's in my nature, I guess. But there we go. So we got that and that. And that seems like a pretty darn good fit to me. Now, what I did And you can see my sewing was different on this one. So it can all be, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just for fun. It's just a fun thing to look at, you know. So now on the outside here, hold on, if I can go like this. I'm going to, because I want to attach, I want to make sure this is attached to the bag. So when we do put this signature in and stuff, it'll be easier. So I'm going to go ahead and do just some straight stitch, just back and forth like that, all the way down, and then come back and do the same thing on the top and the bottom. Just to connect, I want to connect the bag to the mailer. So then it's not sliding around and moving around and stuff. So I can bring you guys over with me and show you how I do it. So let's do that. I added my little compartment back on. See, mine just slides this way. So I just popped it right back on. And I'm gonna put it on a straight stitch, or you could do whatever stitch you would like. And I'm making sure everything's lined up where I want it. So just make sure your bag is exactly where you want it, and your mailer is where you want it. Because once you sew on there, it's gonna be sewn. Okay? And the other option is you don't have to sew at all, honestly. You could just leave it as is, and then when you bind it, that'll help keep it together too. Okay? So I'm going to just go ahead and start at the corner here, do a back stitch, and then just kind of go down a little bit, and swirl it up a little, down. So I'm just kind of just moving it back and forth, just like this. Just however you want it. And then get to the end here and back stitch, and then cut it. And we're gonna pretty much do the same thing, but we're gonna cross over. Okay. Yeah, let's start down like that. Back stitch, and then we're gonna just kind of zigzag and do a little crossover. Up here and do a back stitch, and that's it for that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Sewn around here. I think it turned out pretty good. So it's just got the little swiggly, wiggly lines. And my next thing I want to do is pick through some pretty papers here. And I just got this off Amazon. It's just Tim Holtz Ideology paper pad. So I just went on, if you just type in, you know, Tim Holtz Ideology paper pads, you'll come up with this one. And it's really cool. And there's different ones on there. So I suggest you guys look through. And there's really nice ones just to see what your taste is and what you like. So yeah, it's just as easy as doing that. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys some pages that are in this one. And yeah, so this is the one I did on the cover. I don't know if it's showing up. Whoops, I keep bumping you guys. Yeah, and I really like that one. So you get 2 of each, so it's kind of fun. And then at the end here, you get like bigger squares together like that. And then it goes down to like smaller squares, and then like more like, you know, rectangle-y. So yeah, so it's kind of fun. So yeah, just go on and just go check out that one. These are the pages I picked out, and these are going to be our inserts, the ones we're going to do on the inside here. And just do an insert. Little lace on the outside, so it just makes it a little interest happening. So that's what I'm going to do, is just kind of measure these out, because I want them to slide in easily, you know, in and out. And then you got to keep in mind that it might be taller, like here, So you got to go to your tallest one to be able to slide it in and out, like your tallest stitch here. And you just want it to be easy. So that would be the easiest way to do it, is just kind of measure it like that. And then just make it smaller, just so it could slip on in and out in there. So let's see, I'll line it up. There we go, and then keep this stuff, it's gold, you can use it. Use it for all kinds of things. And then I should be able to do 2 of these each side, and they look different. It looks like it's a totally different cut of a different page. It's kind of neat. I like how they did that, how he did that. Okay. So how far? First of all, see if it fits. Just slide it in. Do a little mark of where I want it. Keep an eye on where your mark is, because I always lose mine. It's like, where is that? So I'm just lining it up. So I'm just cutting it to size here. And let's see. That one fits there. There we go. I mean, look at that. Now we're cooking. So there we go. And then the cover will be here. We'll do the whole cover there. So you don't need nothing back behind that. And then for the back page, I'm going to do this. And Chrissy designed, she had a great idea that she had one cut out. So whoever purchases this can use these as to do in their little projects. Like you can just cut them out and use them. So I thought that was a great idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one to size. So I'm gonna do the same thing and make it so it's in the back here. So we can have a back. Okay, so I got this one cut, and it's just so much fun that you can make little things with it, and we'll just have this one in the back here. So that just covers up the back, like that. Okay. And now for these, we're gonna put some lace on it. So I have different kinds here. And I avocado dyed my lace, and I have a video on that. I'll put the link down below for you guys. It's to avocado, you can avocado dye paper, fabric, lace materials, and same with onion skin dyed. So I got a video on both of those, and I will post the link down below so you guys can check that out. So I have this one, and then I have this one, and this is the same as I used on this. And you can see the onion and avocado dyed, so it's kind of cool how it turns out. But I think if I have enough of this, I want to use it because I really like it. But if not, this is my backup. I got a backup. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just make sure, because we're gonna have them like this, or just make sure you have them the way you want them. So I'm gonna do them like this. So I want the lace on this side. And let's see, how do I do that one? On the outside, okay. So I'm just gonna stick it on here. And like I said, there's always a glue option. So go ahead and glue it down if you want. Just do a bead of glue. And I would use art glitter glue. Fabrifix is great. Fabri-Tac's great. And yeah, just use one of those kind to get it stuck down pretty good. And what I'm gonna do is sew it. So I'm just gonna go like this, line it up how I want it, and then just snip it off. And I'm hoping to have enough here for 2 of them. I think I can. Okay, so there's that one. And this one. Yep. Yay. I was hoping I'd have enough. Okay. And just give it a cut. I even have a little extra. So I'm gonna go over to the sewing machine and I'm just gonna do a zigzag like I did this one. And I'm just gonna zigzag all the way around it like that. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and do some zigzag or maybe some swirly stitches or some stitches like this one, just the wavy. I think I might do that along the edges and stuff, just to give it a little more decorative look to it. So I will be back. Got that all sewn. You can see the stitching around. Open that one and this one. Okay. And now what I want to do is take my avocado dyed paper or just any kind of line paper or whatever you want to put on the back for journaling and do this concept like that. Okay, so what I'm doing is just kind of seeing the size I want. And I just kind of do just some ripping. It's kind of like just, you know, just some random ripping. Like that. And just kind of however you want it. So I just kind of measure it, you know, I mean, just stick it in there and just see about where you want it. And it's just for a fun little journaling spot. Like that. And there we go. So then I'm going to do that and do a little inking around the edges with some walnut stain. And I will ink around here, and then I'm just going to ink just all around just to do a little inking. And then I'm going to do the same to this side. All right, so I got all that glued together, and I used the Scotch Create glue stick to do the paper, because on one of them I want to show you guys, you could see it, I used the art glitter glue to put the paper on, and it looks a little better today, but when I did it yesterday, you could see it. So my suggestion obviously is to do glue stick when you put the paper down, because yeah, I didn't really care for how you could see it. Okay, so we got that done. Done with that. Let's see. So let's see what it looks like. You slide it in. And you got your fun journaling spot on the back. And it covers the inside. So I think that's great. Okay, and now the next thing I want to show you guys is the binding. And what we're going to do is, on this one, let me stick this one back in. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll do the binding today, which I did the beads, and I'll show you guys how I did that. And I also want to do the closure with you guys and show you guys how I did this to reinforce it. And then we'll put the papers in. And I think that'll be that video today, this video today. And then the next video will be doing the cover. Part 2. Okay. So let's see. We got this. I'm going to pick out my beads. So I got some fun beads here. And the ones I did on the end seem to work perfect. I think I'm going to do... Let's do these. These are cool. These are the ones I did on mine, which I thought was pretty. So I think I want to do these for this one. And then those are too shiny. Those are too shiny. But they have a nice big hole, and it just helps so it doesn't rip through. Yeah, Chrissy Design did this on hers, and I'm like, well, that's a great idea, just to stick some beads to help with the pressure of it on the back here. Okay? So get your beads, put them on the side there. And what we're going to do is get our punch. A little crocodile here. And we will need the eyelets. I'll put those over there. But we don't need eyelets for this part. But you could. I mean, I don't know. I don't think you need eyelets for this part. But this is a crocodile. It's got a 3/16 hole punch and a 1/8. And we're going to go ahead and use the 1/8 side. And you're going to need 2 holes. So let's take our signatures. I'll just take them out of here. And you just kind of line them up. Okay. You just line it up. Make sure you're in the middle. Like that. And then you can see... Like you can even go down a little bit below it because the elastic will just wrap around. So we're going to do a hole here and just a hole right beside it there. And then same here. We're just going to do a hole a little bit below it and down here. So we're just going to do 2 little holes. Make sure I'm doing the 1/8, yep. So you want the smaller hole. And, I mean, it doesn't really have to be perfect. It's just getting it in there, you know. There we go. So you're just going to want your 2 holes. I think I'm going to do purple. I'll go ahead and do purple. And I've had these just hanging around for years, this elastic, and it comes in handy. I don't even know where I got it, but I'm getting it all tangled up. But I figured I got it, I might as well use it. Okay, and we're going to start from upside down, so make sure you're right side up. Okay. You're going to start at the bottom hole. All right. And then put your bead on, like that. And then go through your top hole. Okay. And then we're just going to cut this. I mean, I don't want to make it too long here. So I'll just cut this there. And you're going to do the same thing. Go through your bottom hole with the other end. Put your bead on. Okay. And then go through the top one here. Or you know, go through the bottom there and then the top, like that. And then there you go. And then you got your beads on the outside. So they look really cool. And then we're just going to tie this pretty tight. And we can always untie it to adjust it too. So we're just going to do snug. And then this elastic's pretty easy to untie, to adjust it when your papers are in. So there, just do a little like that. And I'm gonna keep it long for just a second. So let's see here. Oh, we're gonna go with the longer one. And you just stick your paper in. Oh yeah, that's definitely snug. So there you go. So you got that one. And then for the second signature, this one's a little bit shorter. This elastic is a little bit shorter, so I have a shorter little signature like that. And we just stick it in. Oh, we're gonna grab it. There we go. These are just so cool because they're removable. So after you do your journaling and get everything in, you can just pop them out, save these somewhere you want, and put in a new one. And then start over. And then you got your beautiful cover and do everything in your whole little journal. So I just think it's so cool, and it's got a really cool feel to it. Okay, so we did that, and I'm going to show you guys, I'll show you guys how I did the 3-hole pamphlet stitch on here real quick. Just to do your signatures like this. Because I think it's a good idea just to kind of have them secured together, so then they're not flapping all over the place. So let me go grab some papers real quick, and then I will show you guys how to put these together. All right, so what I have here is just the small little signature, which I think is fun with the different size pages here. And I got a little avocado dyed little alligator index card, a fun envelope, avocado dyed, music pages, avocado dyed, RIT dyed stencil paper, which this is RIT dye, and it's great for clothes, but it's great for tie-dyeing or even stenciling and stuff. It's liquid, so you just pour a little bit into like a spritz bottle or something like that, and lay down your stencil and just do a little spritzing, and it makes a stencil. Okay, and then craft paper and some fun sewing plans, little layout stuff. And oh my god, this guy was the cutest thing ever. He's like he's a fuzzy little egret bird, and oh my god, I have to put him in here. Is that not the coolest? Does that make you laugh? It is hilarious. He is hilarious. I'd love hearing in the comments what you guys think. I think he's the cutest little thing ever. And he's just sitting there with his little messy hair, his little feathers. So he makes me laugh. So I gotta put that in there. Love, love, love it. Okay, now what we're gonna do, he's so cute, is just take your, and I'm just gonna leave them all these sizes because I like them all different like that. And it'll fit just nice. So we're gonna go like this. And just, so they don't slide anywhere. And what I'm doing is, I'm just gonna pop some holes. Just make sure your smaller papers and stuff are gonna fit where you want them. Okay. So I just do a little there. Just don't let it slide on you. And then one here. There we go. And just one down here. Okay. And just 1 second. Okay, and then you just measure out your, this is just crochet cord, or you can use anything. You can use, you know, some thread. So you got to do 3. 1, 2, 3 heights to the size that you're doing. And then just do a big needle, like that. And then you just go through the middle. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so you go through the middle here. And then I like to catch my tail with my thumb so it doesn't go through. And then you just go through the top, like that. And then down through the bottom. Okay. And then just try to keep a long tail here. There we go. And then you're going to go right back through the middle. So just like this. Just find your holes. There we go. And then right through the middle. And then you're going to want to put this on each side. Put the one thread in the middle and these two on underneath on each side. Like that. And then just go ahead and do it taut, but not super tight. Just enough to keep everything together. Okay, and then I usually do at least 3 times, just for good measure. And then cut your string as long as you want. You can even cut it longer and have a little dangle down below. That's an idea. So there you go. So that's how you make a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And then you got your little signatures. And this one's going to be the small one. So you start in the middle here. And then get the shorter one. And there you go. And if you want, I think what we should do is go ahead and cut the top of that. Just so it fits better. I'm just going to do a quick snip along. There we go. Then do the short one, slide it in. There we go. Oh my god, he is just adorable. He's adorable. Okay. And then there you go. And then you got your signature. And just some fun pages to journal on and just little interest pages. And there you go. Okay, so that's how you do it, and you could do the other one too and do the bigger one and put that in. So now what I want to show you guys is the last thing for today is I'm going to show you how to add the closure here like this, and then we could do the seam binding. I put just some seam binding to tie it off, but I'm just going to show you really quick how I did that. Okay. So I just have my 1-inch, my 1-inch punch here, and some craft paper, just some extra that I got laying around. Some craft paper, and we're gonna punch it. So you're gonna need 4 of them, like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Okay, so done with that. Don't need that anymore. Do that, and then if you want, you can go ahead and ink around everything. There we go. Okay, just do a little inking. Okay. So I'm just going to do that, just ink around all of them, just to give it a little interest, just around it. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take my Fabrifix glue, and this is just a Sweet Sugar Belle icing container, but it's my Fabrifix glue, so I'm just going to glue it. Find the middle-ish, wherever you want it. And I'm just going to stick that one down. And then do the same thing on the other side, but I'm going to line it up because you want it to be lined up. So just put it there and just kind of, you could still slide it around a little. But there we go. So I'm just lining it so they're even on each side. Enough. I mean, they don't have to be exact or anything, but there we go. So you could just kind of go like that and just see how close you are. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing onto the back of each one. Just because this just reinforces it, because you don't want to just punch a eyelet through the plastic here, it will just punch a hole through it and it's probably rip. So I'm just lining this up on the other side, just like that. And then do the same thing to the other side. And then just go ahead and do this and line that up. And then there you go. Damn it. Hold on, Rudy. Okay, so we just lined it up. Got it where we want it. And then you just take your punch, a little crocodile or whatever you have, just any hole punch. And we're gonna do the 3/16 this time. And I have to turn it this way, so I just kind of see where the middle is here. And just pop a hole through there. And then just do the same thing to the other side, pop a hole, and there you go. Then you get your eyelets. And what do I want to use? Doesn't really matter. I mean, we can use any color we want, but I want it to match. Geez, I'm getting low on those, huh? Well, here. Let's just use 2 of these. Okay. And then you just pop it through the hole. Then take your setter and put the pokey part through the top and the flat disc through the bottom. Yeah. That, and then push it, and then it flattens on the back. Very good. And do the same thing to the other side. So we just take that and just go through, make sure it's flat, pop it, squeeze it, and there you go. Then we take our seam binding that we want to use. And I got this off of Cottage Creations on Etsy. And Sherry Nelson. It's great. I love them. And you get a whole variety of it. And it's just the seam binding stuff. So I just keep that in here. And I just go through and see what color I want to use. I kind of like this color. I mean, I don't know if that's just too off, but it's kind of a cool color, huh? So I don't know. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I like that color. Okay. And I think last time I did like 12 inches, 14. So about, to go to 14 inches and then fold it in half. Like that. Then line it up and then cut it. Then you just take it, fold it in half like that. Well, here, go ahead and measure your other one together. You want them the same size. So take your other one and measure that out. And you don't have to do seam binding. You could do anything. I mean, you can use all kinds of stuff to tie it off. You can do yarn. I mean, you can do ribbon. You could do all kinds of, I mean, anything, really. Anything your heart desires. And then I'm going through the hole like this, and then making a hole here, like that. And then I'm putting it through and pulling. So it's that easy. Kind of folded the bag up on me, huh? There we go. And then same thing to the other side. So we just go like this, line it up. through the hole. There we go. And then just make a hole here. And pull it through. So there we go. And then you got yourself a little closure. You can just tie. Like that. So there you go. So today we did the structure of everything. We did the binding through, did our little journaling cards in, and so that's it for part 1. And then tomorrow, if you guys are gonna do, if you're gonna take the burlap and do kind of, you know, make it lighter, go ahead and paint it today and let it sit overnight. So you just take the gesso, water it down, and then just have this sit overnight. Just size it to whatever your journal is. Enough. I did it bigger, did a little bit oversized because I like the look of that. And just make sure, just paint it and then let it sit overnight, and then you'll be ready for tomorrow. Or, you know, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but it would be part 2. So part 2 will be the journal cover. So we'll go ahead and get the cover and everything done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And please, please, if you liked it, please hit the like button and comment down below. It helps my channel so much. And keep on crafting, guys.